Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to paint a moody sunset with silhouettes, and there will be brush, paper and paint sounds for a nice calm watch. So let's start off by brushing clean water all over the paper. Some Indian yellow next. Brush that in with loose strokes and let it gently diffuse. Next I'll introduce a light wash of cyan, keeping that wet so that it blends with the yellow a little. Right, let's increase the depth of that colour and splash it all over the paper. And although the sky is in the top half of the image, we're painting the lower half with the same colours. Later on, that should offer more of a relationship between the sunset at the top and the silhouettes at the bottom. And we'll get some orange in there too, layering that along the edges of the yellow, trying to give those clouds a bit more structure. It's that time of the day when the sun is low on the horizon, throwing orange, almost neon light onto the underside of the clouds. A bit of water to blend those shades together. Let's push some clouds right down towards the horizon with bands of orange, keeping those marks fairly close together helps them feel a bit more distant and compressed. Now I imagine this to be the end of the day, so I want to make things a bit darker, a bit moodier, and for that I'll use Prussian blue. As I get lower, I'll use more water, have it at a lighter value to push those colours back a little. I think we want that sky to pop more, so let's get in cadmium red hue to contrast with the blue. And I think that adds a bit more atmosphere and vibrancy. Now we'll get the silhouettes in, layer them in over the top of all this colour. I'll begin with a touch of cyan for the furthest elements, using a small amount of pigment and keeping the shape simple. That lighter value helps them sit a little bit further back. I'll brush some of that colour around and deliberately leave little spaces so some of the earlier sunset washes can peek through. A tad darker now with Prussian blue. I'll put in a large building at the back and make a few general marks. Give the impression of a landscape falling into shadow. Why don't we define a bit of a road here, have it lead off into the distance. Now we'll add a bit more weight with indigo, applying it carefully towards the back of the scene, trying to preserve some of those softer blended tones. I'll use a stronger concentration of indigo in the foreground because it's closer to us. That darker value will pull it forward and allow some more depth. Let's get some more detail into this road. Those sunset colours are doing all of the heavy lifting here, sort of reflecting and dancing across the tarmac. And let's add a simple fence in here too. That might just lead our gaze further into the painting. I want to soften up this edge, feather it out a little. And let's make things a little more interesting and have this building at the back be under construction. So I'll pop in a crane. And some little flicks here and there to suggest scaffolding. Let me just grab a finer brush. Another crane over here. and perhaps a little more balance up in the sky. Add in a bit more orange into this open area. And there we have it, a rather moody and fiery sunset with silhouettes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.